call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello you degenerate fucks, and welcome to the Degenerate Gambler. It is Thursday the 28th of October. Just here with another episode, just reviewing last week and looking ahead to this week. Before I get into it, there is no nap this week. A couple of texts, I only texted one person and he was thinking about it and he never got back to me. So, anyway, I was busy. I should have texted somebody else, but oh well, what can you do? So, there'll be no nap this week, but obviously my usual 2 bets for Saturday. So let's get into it. Last week, my 2 3 o'clock bets weren't great, but I'll go quickly and just run over. I got 2 bets up on Saturday morning. I had a free bet builder with Bet365. Decided to do it on the Chelsea match, and it worked out about 6-1. So I had the free fiver on that, got me £30. I also fancied Middlesbrough to beat Cardiff. Couldn't believe that they were 2-1. Cardiff lost 7 games in a row or something. So I did a fiver of my own money on the same bet builder and threw Cardiff into it, and it paid, I think it was just over 20-1, so it paid about 105 with a fiver on it. So that was £135 before it 3 o'clock came on, which was good. I was obviously happy with that. So then I'll move on to the 3 o'clocks. One bet was pretty unlucky. The other bet was going well at half time, but ended up terrible. So the main bet was Wigan. They won. Sunderland drew. Port Vale won. Hearts drew and Partick drew. Both those, Partick was 0 each, but they should have won that game. And Hearts were leading and then conceded late on, so that screwed that one up. The overs was very close again. At Palace and Newcastle was 1 each, so 1 goal beat it. Oxford Burton was up. Morecambe and Plymouth have been scoring loads of goals. Sneak preview. I've already backed them again this week. Overs. Their game was 1 each. Hartlepool Harrogate, I think that ended 3-2. And Swindon Bradford. So 3 up, 2 beat, but the 2 that beat was both a goal each. So, decent, but no winner. The nap was strange because everybody, I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people who back Sunderland. I obviously backed them to win, and they didn't. So, and the game wasn't over 2s. The Worthing Lewis game was up pretty early, I think, and then the other one, Pippenstein, Bergenstein, or whatever you call the other team they were playing. There was a man sent off right before half time, and that just kind of fucked the game up, to be honest with you. It was 1-0 at that stage. Pippenstein, the home team, were winning 1-0, and then they had a man sent off. And I said this on Twitter, and actually Gary Dack, who picked the bets, was saying it too. When you get a man sent off, it kind of ruins the game, unless it's a team who are dominant, and they're 11 playing 10, then they can go and hammer the other team. But when it's 2 teams who are sort of half-fees and evenly matched, it just sort of ruins the game. So Pippenstein were 1-0 up, so what did they do? They just sat back and tried to hold on to that 1-0 lead, which is what they did. So the nap was unlucky, but again, thanks to Gary Dack for picking it. So then I move on to my evening bet, which I won £125. So I had Maidenhead and Woking. Over 2.5 was up. Schalke to win in the German Bundesliga 2. They won. Espanyol and Eche both to score was up. And I had a American games, Seattle and Kansas, I think it was, over 2s. It was 2-1. So that was 125. So that was 260 in winnings for the day. So, even though my 3 o'clock bets weren't great, you can't really complain about that, can you? It was a good day. So before I do Sunday, I'll look at the favourites that I always do, and it was actually very good this week, so I'm surprised that I didn't get a bet up. But in the Premier League, there was 9 games over Saturday, Sunday, 5 favourites, 3 draws, 1 outsider. That outsider was Watford beat Everton 4-1 or something. In the Championship, 12 games, there was 8 favourites, only 1 draw and 3 outsiders. In League 1, 6 favourites won. There was 4 draws and 2 outsiders. In League 2, only 4 favourites, 3 draws and 5 outsiders. And then in the National League, there was actually 9 favourites won in the National League, 1 draw and 1 outsider. So in total, there was 32 favourites won. This is out of 56 total games. 32 favourites won, 12 draws, 12 outsiders. So 32 of 56. I mean, that's got to be well over 65%. So there was a bet hanging out there somewhere, especially if you bet in the National League. You sort of couldn't go wrong. But anyway, so move on to Sunday. So Sunday I had 2 very, very close bets. I did a 5-er double on Madrid, both teams to score plus Madrid to win, and a 5-er on Liverpool to win and both teams to score as well. So 5-er double was paying like 90 quid. The Madrid, I'd said this on Twitter, I'd almost forgot about it because the Madrid game was 1-0 for ages. But then Madrid went 2 up, and then literally seconds later, Barca went up the other end, and I think Aguero scored. So that was that up. And then obviously Liverpool were 4 up at half time. I probably should have cashed it then. It was offering, I think, around 50-60 quid. But I just thought, United will score. And then they scored that goal early in the second half. I actually was like, right, happy day. And then even when they showed the replay, I thought it was onside. But obviously not. VAR again. So I probably should have cashed out there. I know a few people text me saying that they, on Twitter, saying that they just cashed it after that goal. They felt that was it. United, that was their chance and they weren't going to get another one. Excuse me. And that turned out to be the case. So, look, it was what it was. But a bet earlier in the day that I was raging about because I had a long, long time for this team to score. But so I had Brentford and I always call them, it's Bradford. Brentford and Leicester over 2.5 was up. Seville to win was up. Both teams to score in the Copenhagen and Brøndby game was up, and then Forest Fulham. So Forest I think went up 4-0, or Fulham ended up winning 4-0. But that's just waiting in that home. You always expect a team to score at home, especially if they have been scoring. So that's basically what done it. 2 home teams didn't score, and that done another 2 bets. So unlucky, but I am disappointed. I would have really capped off a good weekend. So as I said, no nap. So I'll just quickly run through my picks for the weekend, and then I'll let you out of here. So I've only picked a quad for my main bet because there's some big prices in. There's 2 big prices in 2 of the teams I've picked. So I'll run through that. As first one is, and this is a risk too because Germany game started at 2:30. So there's always a risk that your bet's beat half an hour before the other game's finished. So what do we have here? We have Dortmund, who are home to Cologne, and they are 4-9, which is 1.44. Form-wise, Dortmund sitting second. Cologne are actually 8th, doing okay, but in last 5 game form, Dortmund are joint top with Bayern on 12 points, and Cologne are down at 12th with only 6 points. Dortmund also have the best home record in the league, even better than Bayern's, and Cologne have only got 2 points. They're 16th in away form. So that's that one. Oxford is the next one. Oxford are at home to Morecambe, and Oxford are 4-7 form ways. So Oxford sitting 6th, Morecambe 18th in form. Oxford 3rd, Morecambe 4th in home. Oxford have won 3 out of 5 at home. Morecambe have 3 defeats, including their last 2 draws and a win away from home. So, I'd fancy that too. That's 4-9 again, 1.44, same price. Next in the League 2, and I've went for the top team, which is Forest Green. They play Bradford. Form ways, they're second. Forest Green, Bradford are 11th. Best away form in the league, 17 points, and Bradford have 12 points at home. Now, Forest Green's form has been, iffy. It's been on, off. I mean, enough to keep them top of the league, but they're not losing many, they're drawn. So if their last 5, they drew their last game, they won the 3 before that, this is away from home, and then they drew the one before that. So away form, pretty good. Lastly, or sorry, that was the price on that is 6-4, which is 2.5. So pretty big price for a team who's top of the league. Yes, they're away from home, but you know, big price still. Lastly, then, the team who's second in League Two, Port Vale, who I've backed a few times recently, both overs on the win. They play Crawley, who are 16th. Form-wise, Port Vale top, Crawley are third bottom, only on 3 points. Away form, Port Vale are third, and Crawley are 12th in the last sort of 5 games. Again, Crawley's form is somewhat patchy. They drew or lost one away. They lost the one before that, but they won the 2 before that, and they beat Crawley earlier at the end of last season, earlier in the year, 3-1. Crawley's home form, they've lost 3 in a row at home. I think that's what sort of convinced it for me that their home form's not great, even though Port Vale's away form isn't, brilliant. And the price on that one is 29-20, which works out about 2.45 to 1. So that's the main bet, which pays with the bonus added on Bet365, because I haven't done any lower league scratch leagues or anything, because they don't add the bonus on for that. It works out about 14 to 1. It's actually 12.9 to 1, but with the bonus it works out about 14 odd to 1. Then move on to the overs. As we know, we just pick them on to the score against each other. Swansea Peterborough is 10 to 11, 1.91. Plymouth Ipswich 21 to 20, 2.05. Dagenham and Chesterfield 8 to 11, 1.73. Salford Exeter 6 to 5, big price, 2.2. And Portsmouth Bolton 10 to 11, 1.91. That in total works out about 15 to 1. So if I were on, that's going to pay 160. So that's me picked for the weekend. Just quickly looking at next week, Champions League is back. So Tuesday night we have 6 championship games, 7 in League 1, a couple of National League games, 8 Champions League, and a couple of games in Northern Ireland Premier League. Wednesday not as good, only 6 championship and 8 Champions League. There's a few others spattered about of lower leagues and stuff, but not that I would usually, ones that I would bet in, like La Liga 2. I'm not a big fan of it. And then obviously Thursday you're going to have Europa League and Europa Conference. So another decent week of football ahead. So that is basically me for the day. It's a bit short today, obviously, because there's no nap. I'll definitely get one sorted for next week. So it just leaves me to say, if you are doing a bet this weekend, good luck and happy punting.
Here, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.